boys and girls. Today we are going to focus on drama. Have any of you heard the Christmas Carol? Love the Christmas Carol. We are going to do that play. We're just going to be reading it out loud, but we're really going to focus on the play elements. So today, during the video, you will need this page from your packet. It says Monday, 12:07 right at the top. It looks like this. So if you can go ahead and get that packet out so we can get...
Right, like I said, we are going to be reading a play called The Christmas Carol. A play is a story that was written to be performed or read out loud. So what makes a play different than an actual story like you read in a chapter book? That's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to focus on the elements of a play. What makes a play a play? Make sure you have this note sheet out. This is very important for your activity that you do at the end. And trust me, you're going to want to do the activity at the end. So make sure you have this filled out correctly today. The first one we're going to talk about is a playwright. A playwright is the person who writes or the author of the play. Just like a chapter book has an author, a play has a playwright. A script is what the playwright writes for the actors or actresses to perform. If you look over here, Connor, Olivia, Brandon, Olivia, Maya, Connor, this is the script. It is letting each actor or actresses know what their lines are. So this is a lot different than a story like a chapter book. That's written in paragraph form. So if you want to, I would write the word script along this edge right here, because that is a very important word that you need to know. And at any time, if you need to pause it to write the words, please do. And they should be spelled correctly because they are right here on the page. Now let's talk settings. Plays are written in acts and scenes. Acts are the larger settings. Play is largely divided by settings. Some plays can have 2 to 3 acts. Scenes are within that act, a real quick change of setting. So now I want you to think like a chapter book. Chapters are like acts, but within that chapter, you have small little changes of settings, and that is like scenes to a play. So if you look up here at our example, it says setting the cafeteria. So that is our scene, okay? That is a small setting within the larger act. So write scene right there. Here is an example of a scene in using the play The Christmas Carol. So scene 1, Ebenezer's office. We have a large act. This is a scene within that act. This part of the play is only going to be happening in Ebenezer's office. Another example, scene 2, Marley's ghost. Okay, this happens on the outside of his house. Okay, the Marley ghost scene. This is a small part in the large act. Description. That's the detailed information about what already has happened before the play begins. That lets our audience know where we're starting. It sets the stage, so to speak. Okay? Now, in this play, it's right here. That morning, Connor grabbed his little sister's lunch by mistake and was disappointed when all he had for lunch was a small peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some milk. This is detailed information about what has already happened before the play begins. They're giving us the detail that we need to understand the rest of the play, the script. It's usually always in the beginning. That is called the description. Now, our play, The Christmas Carol, does it a little bit different. They have a narrator. This narrator sets the scene for us. It gives us a detailed description about what's happened or what you need to know to understand this section of the play. Okay, so now you might be asking, well, what is a narrator? this is in a different example there. A narrator, some plays have narrators. This is a person who has a speaking part but does not have an acting part in the play. They help with the descriptions. Okay, so narrator, give the descriptions. So some plays have narrators, some plays have descriptions. And the Christmas Carol has a narrator. All right, another important play element is characters. Plays have characters just like stories. The beginning of the play lists the cast of characters. It just lists them. See, characters: Connor, Olivia, Maya, and Brandon. These are the 4 characters in this particular play called The Lunch. All right? Now, so make sure you label that. The difference between a play and a story, though, is these characters become actors and actresses if you're going to actually act it out. Not all plays have to be act out, though, so don't think that. Okay? Now, for Christmas Carol, look at all the characters. Okay? Lots of characters in the Christmas Carol. So they list them all up front. And of course, costumes. If you're doing the performance part piece of this, characters in the play wear costumes. They are designed by a costume designer to fit the part that the character is playing. We won't have to worry about that because we are not performing. Stage directions. Plays usually have stage directions. These are words in the script that the actor does not read out loud. Instead, the actor performs what the word says. Sometimes the stage directions tells you how to say it. They tell you how to act. So let's look at some examples here. How did that happen? Squinting and frowning. So when she is saying that, she should have a frown on her face and sort of squinting her face. Those are stage directions to help the characters or actors perform correctly or to even read it out loud correctly. I don't want to read this happy if I'm frowning. That would make no sense. Okay? Here, it's just telling me to hand him an apple. Here, Connor, hand him an apple. My mom always packs more food than I can eat, so you're welcome to it. So again, I don't say that because if I said that, that would sound really weird. Okay? So those are stage directions. Now, some plays do not have stage directions because the narrator is giving the actors their prompts. So look at this here. Scrooge's assistant, Bob Cratchit, sat at his desk, shivering underneath a blanket. So that is Fred right here. So Fred is shivering and he's sitting underneath a blanket. So that tells Fred what he should be doing. So sometimes plays have the narrator give the description and help with the stage directions. Then we have dialogue. Dialogue are the words that are spoken between 2 or more characters in the play. Here we have a dialogue between Connor and Olivia. Dialogue are the words that are spoken. Now, you have dialogue in chapter books, but here in a play, it's all dialogue between characters. Okay? Dialogue. Their exact words, what they are saying. Here's a dialogue between Scrooge and Fred. I don't want to celebrate Christmas. But, Uncle, why not? I don't have to give you a reason why. Good day to you. I hope you change your mind. Goodbye, Uncle. So here's a conversation that happened between Scrooge and Fred. That is dialogue. And here's a couple more. What happens in the drama, the storyline, what happens in the script, just like a chapter book, that's the plot. Those are events that's happening in the play or in the story. And just like any book that you read, there is a theme. That's the author's message or the lesson that we can learn from the story. And let me tell you, the Christmas Carol has a wonderful theme. Okay? You definitely should learn something after you get done reading The Christmas Carol that makes you a better person. All right. Oh, and it even says right here, the author's message. It's not the author's message, it's the playwright's message. Mark that out and put playwright. Remember, when you have a play, it is the playwright. All right, so we're going to just do a quick recap.
Let's talk about the 5 elements of drama. But first, what is a drama? A drama is a play or a story that is meant to be acted out on a stage in front of an audience. The first element of a drama is the cast of characters. This is simply the actors in a drama or play. They include a protagonist and an antagonist, as well as other characters. Then we have the setting. This tells you when and where the story takes place, giving you a time and a location.
That's the scene.
The dialogue, or the lines spoken by the actors, is the conversations between characters. Next, we have stage directions. They let the actors know what to do on stage. For instance, the stage directions may let the actor know where to stand or exactly how to deliver their lines. Finally, we come to acts and scenes. Longer dramas are broken into acts, like the episodes of your favorite TV show. When the setting of an act changes, this creates a new scene.
Again, that's the setting.
Each time the setting changes, there is another scene. I'm so proud of you for taking notes from this video. They will surely get you started in your drama studies. Let's talk about
Okay, so you didn't have to take notes because you already have the notes. Okay, I do want to talk about this though, because plays have story elements just like other literature. And the whole time we were going over the play elements, we were connecting them to other types of literature, to chapter books. So when we go over this, I want you to think about thinking voice. What are some things that a play and literature have in common, and how are they different? We're going to really focus on those stems when we're talking about this. Okay? Both plays and literature have characters. Plays read about the characters. That is the other way around. Plays, the actors are the characters, but literature, you read about the characters. I wonder if I did that through the whole thing. We'll find out. Literature is a story where play is written as a script. Plays have scenes and acts. Literature, however, has settings. These are just a couple differences and similarities. Both plays and literature have theme. Both plays and literature have plot. Again, these are just a couple. We could go on and on about these. All right, make sure you have your note sheet completed. Don't forget you should have the word script here You should have author's message marked out and put Playwright. You are going to take a picture of this to send to your teacher so I know that you completed your notes. And yes, I want you to study your notes because you are going to play Among Us with the play elements. Okay, this is what you're going to do for your independent work. It is the last link in your assignment today. Can you use your notes when you're playing this? Of course, I want you to. All right? Have fun playing Among Us, learning more about your play element.